Hello, Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus. We're going to start this love reading by taking a look at your overall energy. And we start with beauty. Choices. I don't know which path to take. And the King of Wands. Your energy is ready to take some steps, though, but you're stuck because you're not sure. Obviously, this choices. This is kind of the Seven of Cups, but also being stuck there. Maybe a little bit of the Two of Swords, perhaps some of the Eight of Swords, even like not even knowing sure how to move forward, kind of feeling bound for where you are. Know that continuing to embody this King of Wands energy will move you forward, letting that get you unstuck. Make a decision. It does not have to be a perfect decision, and as long as you continue to inspect the outcomes of events and results of that decision, and you're aware of it, right? You keep your mind on it and react if things aren't going the way that you need them to. You're going to be finding yourself eventually on that successful path. That's what the King of Wands energy is, and this beauty. This is a complete beauty energy, and when you persist in that and you take that sort of a view of the world as well, right? You embody that energy, and then you kind of radiate that energy out. You'll find that I think the choices that you make are more elevated because of that. That allows you to have that higher connection to intuition too, even, right? Because if you can get as long as you can keep the ego out of this energy, then that helps to embody that full, honest intuition as well. Definitely, I see yourself coming into alignment here soon with your path. You just have to kind of take that intentional decision to do that. What about your person? What is their overall energy here? Hole in the soul. Anger, there's a burning rage inside of me. And the King of Swords. Interesting here. So the King of Swords is being overtaken by this anger energy, and so perhaps their communication is a little more aggressive than normal, and perhaps it is not, in alignment with their true energy, their true desires. This is very often how this anger energy manifests itself, is that it impels us to action, to communication, to even emotions that aren't us, really. It takes us out of alignment with our higher self and our true desires here, and our true hopes for our life and where we want to go. So combining that with the King of Swords here is probably having them very actively communicate in the energy of this anger, and that is going to be detrimental to them in the very long term, and perhaps in the short term, if they continue in this, that they may be kind of tearing down the structures that they've built up, right? If this connection has been established already, they may be inadvertently tearing that down and not meaning to, right? Speaking before they think, and with a quick temper, that sort of a thing. And a lot of this is driven by this hole in the soul energy and perspective, that they are incomplete in themselves and they need something external to validate them, to support them, to lift them up and hold them up to be an acceptable whole human being. They're really going to have to let this energy go. They're going to have to let this go to really, I think, solve this anger, emotion and energy inside of them. If they don't, then it's going to just recur. Like if they alleviate this anger in the moment, it's going to recur if they don't address. This is kind of like the root issue here, the root of where they find themselves. I think they're kind of standing in their own way, pretty solidly at this moment. Perhaps they will be taking a shift there, and perhaps we'll see more about that with some more of their cards. How do you feel about this connection, Pisces? the Six of Pentacles, the Hierophant, and the King of Pentacles, earthy, and also, kind of spiritual here, right? The balance here is that you want that balance to be manifest in this relationship, in this connection. You want that balance of experience. So you want to be able to experience not just your beauty, but their beauty as well, right? And have that harmony together. And the King of Pentacles, you want an active experience of that, right? You don't want to just be passively taking it in like you're watching a movie or something. You want to be embodying it in yourself, but also with the relationship and experiencing that connection together. The Hierophant here talks to the spiritual connection that you have a deep, deep desire for. And you want to take the steps toward that, right? You've got a lot of the king energy here. So you're really wanting to take action. You're wanting to propel things forward and to get things unstuck. You're maybe stuck on this choices point, but your person's stuck in this kind of energetic loop of this anger and this hole in the soul energy. Both of you have the ability to release those cycles, to break those cycles, and to move forward into what you do have a emotional vision for here. It's just a matter of, for you, Pisces, you're going to have to decide that you don't need your person to make the shift before you make the shift. If you can get yourself to make that shift first, you may find that your person comes along for the ride for that and starts to make shifts in themselves. And you may also find that if they don't, that you're ready to say, okay, look, this isn't going to work for me anymore. I can't deal with this anger energy. I'm ready to move on. But when you take those active steps, that intention, you set that intention, Pisces, I think you'll find that things work out to your best good in the long term. How does your person feel about this connection? The Wheel, the Four of Pentacles, and the Emperor. The Emperor here is interesting. I get the sense that this is them feeling your energy here, because very much the Wheel and the Four of Pentacles, I'm getting the sense that that's them, that's their emotions, right? That I don't know what's going to happen. Like, who knows? Like, things have been going wrong in my life. Things are really terrible, and this might end up terrible too. And so because of that, I'm going to hold on to what I have right now with this connection, and I don't want to let that go. That's of course the perspective of somebody who's going to have that slip right from their hands, because they're just trying to grasp so much instead of trying to add energy and focus and grow and expand something. They're trying to squander it within themselves. Maybe not squander, but it is the right word, but they're just trying to keep it contained for themselves in a certain kind of box. The energy of life does not like that, right? That's something that it generally tries to move away from. And that's why when people get into this Four of Pentacles energy trying to hold on to it, it just kind of slips through their hands. But again, though, the Emperor, I think this is them really feeling your energy in this connection. And really, I think it's kind of an indication to them that they can learn a lot from you. And I think that if they open up to that, then that really will be what happens. How do you view this connection, Pisces? The Two of Wands, the Three of Wands, and the Knight of Wands. All of this fiery energy coming from you. The Kings, the King of Wands even, the Three Wands here. You have some passion, some serious passion here, and you really want to see that play out with this person. And I think part of your attraction to this person is maybe some of the positive aspects of this anger energy. And that sounds really weird to hear, I'm sure, or really weird for me to say, because anger generally isn't that a destructive force. But oftentimes the reason why anger presents is because there is a lower level principle that somebody is operating from of defense of truth, or protection of truth, or protection of those who need protection, right? And then a lot of times that can bubble up into anger when unchecked and expressed in an maybe unevolved way, or at least not evolved enough of a way. And so I think that for you, you understand that intuitively, Pisces, and that's what has you attracted here to some degree to this person. But the 2 and 3 of Wands, that's like looking forward to the future. The 2 making the decision about how things should move forward. Again, that's kind of this choices. And then the 3 of Wands is okay, well, moving this connection forward is going to require us to understand where we want to go. And so what does that look like? What are those active steps that we have to take to get there? And so for you, you're thinking about, well, how do we move? And you're looking at that and try to plan for that. How do we take those steps forward? Really leaning into that, and again, trying to take these steps on yourself to adjust your perspective and your energies, I think is definitely what's going to give this connection the best chance of succeeding in the long term. How does your person view this connection? The 2 of Wands, the Queen of Cups, and the 4 of Wands. So the 2 of Wands for them, the same sort of thing as like that decision on how to move forward here. Queen of Cups and 4 of Wands, though, is giving us a much different perspective on your person, which I like this because the Queen of Cups comes out as pivotal. This is kind of their view of this connection in truth. So meaning that they understand that this can reconnect them to their intuition, because they are very obviously disconnected from that right now. And I think that's something they have a very innate desire for, and a deep desire that they may not even be conscious of. This could be kind of that subconscious view on things. 4 of Wands, so this is the marriage ceremony energy, and so the commitment to that long term. And this is something I think that they do desire. I think that, though, they, again, it's at probably that subconscious level below the surface that they're not aware of. And even if they have some little awareness of it, it's probably getting blown away by this anger energy because of how destructive that can be, right? Again, we said some of the positive aspects of it, but clearly the presenting approach in anger is usually destructive rather than protective, especially when it's classified as rage, right? The burning rage inside of me is the subtext of this card is. So I think your person has this desire at a deeper level for this connection, but they need to get out of their own way so that that can bubble up into their conscious mind, so they will start to take those actions toward it. What are next steps for you, Pisces? The 10 of Swords, Death, and the Ace of Wands. Ace of Wands makes total sense with the rest of your reading here. We'll get to that last. The 10 of Swords, understand that your highest good may require this connection to end. And that may be very painful to hear. But you will be aware and understand when that presents itself as the full truth, because it will be at a point where you realize, okay, look, this person has given into this anger energy, and they're not going to give it up. They don't have the desire to make that change. They have not taken any steps to make that shift, and it's going to be more beneficial for me in the long term, speaking as you, Pisces, to really open up to a world without this energy, right? Even if that means like fully embodying the 9 of Pentacles, I'm okay on my own, I don't necessarily need a relationship right now energy for a period. Doesn't mean it has to be like that forever. But I think that you'll know in that moment, like when it presents itself, like, okay, yeah, this is time to end this and move forward. Not to say that that's a certainty, right? That's a possibility. And just be aware, if you get that intuition, that intuitive insight, that you're like, whoa, this isn't right, I don't want this. Know that may be that intuition telling you that it's time to move on. Either way, there's going to have to be some sort of transition here, whether that is the transition of moving on, or it's the transition of letting go of the energy, particularly your person letting go of the energy that they're in right now, and you moving beyond the stuck point. That's kind of a letting go of an energy as well. To actually start a connection here, or maybe I should say actually start a real relationship right here with this connection, because I get the sense that even if the two of you have a relationship established, it's not much of one in the sense of what you're looking for, Pisces, right? It's not like this person's all in on making it happen. They're maybe feeling a little disconnected from it, maybe feeling a lot disconnected from it. So that transition is going to happen. Ace of Wands here, though, is taking that intentional action together toward making this relationship happen. That's going to be required for success in the long term for this Hierophant, for this Four of Wands to really play out in the end. But it's a possibility here, right? There's nothing that says that that's not going to happen, that can't happen, and nothing that even says that that might be difficult to happen, except for to the end of it's sometimes difficult to let go of these energies, maybe for your person, and sometimes it's hard to get ourselves past the stuck point on a decision as well. So that could be difficult, but it's not that it's a guarantee that it's going to be difficult, right? It seems that it could be as easy as you deciding, yes, I'm going to move forward here, and then your person seeing that and maybe feeling that the energetic shift of that decision made on your side, Pisces, and then they just make a shift. And then that things just really open up from there. It could be that easy as well. So know that there's, like the wheel, there's a lot of different paths for choices, a lot of different ways that this can actually unfold. But if you keep your intuition and your awareness engaged, it's going to go toward your highest good as long as you take that active role in moving things forward, whether that ends up being with this person or not. And what are next steps for your person? The Princess of Wands, the Seven of Cups, and the Princess of Pentacles. Interesting. Wands and Pentacles, these are the pages, the princesses in this deck. They also have to take action here, and they have to realize what are they actually taking action toward, right? What's that outcome look like? What does it feel like here in this life? They have probably no conception of that because this is resonating so loud in their mind and in their heart, this anger energy, that they've just not stopped to even consider it. So this is the time where they need to do that immediately, like post haste. If they don't do this now, it's unlikely that they'll ever get to that point. Seven of Cups, again, for them, as this choice is just like you. They've got to realize that they have to take intent here, right? They can't just let life automatically happen, or at least let's just say that they can't let this relationship automatically happen, because that's not how it's going to work, right? They will have to take an active role. They'll have to set their intentions on what they want here, and to do that, they'll have to know what they're looking for in the end. That's a lot of like bringing these subconscious energies of the Queen of Cups, the Four of Wands, up into their conscious. If they do that, I think that's really going to inspire them in a way that they probably haven't been inspired in a long time to make a decision, and one that's going to be, moving toward the end of having this relationship unfold together. But that's on them, right? You can't make them do that, Pisces. You probably can't even point them to the direction of them needing to make the decision. They kind of have to realize that that's the point that they're at themselves to be able to get there. So a little bit it's up into their court, but again, Pisces, for you, definitely you can take some action here, some intention to try to move things forward from your energies, from your perspective, from getting yourself unstuck a little bit to see how that affects things going forward. All right, let's get some of these message cards and see what your person has to say. I saw myself in you the first second I laid eyes on you. This is very interesting. This could give us a lot of indication on why this Four of Wands is there, that energy is there with them, and of their view of this connection, because it fits together. They see this as, the two of you are so aligned that it makes sense for the two of you to build a relationship together and to build a life together. So know that this is how your person really understands you, especially their higher self understands you as a spiritual being that has importance in their life. So this is the one that flipped out. I long for the time when your lips would kiss mine. Now, this is, interestingly, as much as of the fire energy as you have on your side of the reading, Pisces, this is a fiery message as well, that passionate message, right? Romantic message. Definitely, they have that desire for that physical connection as well, and everything that comes along with it, right? Because that creates an energetic bond and an emotional bond between people as well, and that is something that they are truly looking for here with you. And I think they're looking for something much deeper and more intense than that as well. In the long term, their subconscious, it looks like it's on it. But again, if that raises up to their conscious mind and their affecting their actions. But know that they have a desire for you. They have an attraction to you, Pisces. This is something that has a real possibility of playing out here. All right, Pisces, I hope this reading was helpful for you. Please only take those elements that resonated with you, as that's the important information that your higher self has for you to integrate on your path forward to experiencing the relationship you're looking for. And thank you so much for spending some of your precious time with my channel and this reading. That's very meaningful to me, so please accept my gratitude for that. Thank you so much, Pisces. Again, hope this was a helpful reading for you, and we will see you next time.